Love can either elevate your soul or shatter your spirit entirely. But intelligent women refuse to leave matters of the heart to pure chance. They approach love with intention, guided by profound psychological insights that have stood the test of time. Carl Jung, the pioneering depth psychologist, revealed groundbreaking truths about romantic connection, personal growth, and the crucial balance between passionate devotion and maintaining your authentic self. If you've ever felt yourself disappearing in a relationship, or questioned how to love with intensity while preserving your core identity, these 5 psychological principles will revolutionize your entire approach to romance. Romance remains one of humanity's most complex puzzles, a transformative force capable of inspiring tremendous personal evolution or awakening our most primal insecurities. Carl Jung, who founded analytical psychology, understood that intimate relationships transcend simple emotional connections. They function as psychological mirrors, reflecting our hidden desires, unhealed wounds, and untapped potential back to us. For women who value both deep connection and self-awareness, Jung's teachings illuminate how to navigate the labyrinth of love without losing sight of your essential self. His insights penetrate far beyond superficial dating advice, exploring the psychology of emotional attachment, unconscious projection, and the sacred journey toward becoming whole. Today, we'll uncover 5 powerful psychological principles that emotionally intelligent women apply when they open their hearts to someone. These aren't manipulative strategies or emotional suppression techniques. They're about loving with wisdom, clarity, and open eyes. Rule number 1: preserve your sacred identity. While loving, deeply love possesses an intoxicating ability to blur the boundaries between me and us. During those euphoric early relationship phases, it becomes dangerously easy to watch your personal interests, dreams, and goals fade into background noise while your partner's world takes center stage. However, according to Carl Jung's psychological framework, authentic love should never demand self-erasure. The most resilient, fulfilling relationships are those where both individuals continue expanding, not merely as a romantic unit, but as complete, independent human beings. This embodies Jung's revolutionary concept of individuation, the lifelong journey of becoming your most authentic, fully realized self, even while deeply in love. Jung issued stark warnings about the perils of psychological fusion, when 2 people merge so completely that their distinct identities evaporate. This dangerous pattern emerges when love becomes confused with possession, or when the terror of solitude overpowers the fundamental need for selfhood. Psychologically mature women recognize that sacrificing your identity doesn't deepen love. It only makes it more fragile and unsustainable. Relationships built upon mutual completeness, rather than desperate lack, are what truly endure through life's inevitable storms. When you abandon your core self for a relationship, you're not just giving up hobbies or surface preferences. You risk eroding your fundamental sense of self-worth and purpose. Jung discovered that unresolved aspects of our psyche, what he termed the shadow self, often surface destructively in relationships where healthy boundaries have been abandoned. If you're ready to transform how you love and be loved, hit that subscribe button and let's dive deep into Jung's revolutionary relationship wisdom together. Rule number 2: master the art of recognizing psychological projections. The instant we fall in love, something mystical and dangerous occurs. We begin perceiving not just who our partner authentically is, but who we desperately need them to become. Carl Jung identified this psychological phenomenon as projection, where we unconsciously attribute our own unacknowledged qualities, unfulfilled desires, and buried fears onto our romantic partner. It's as though we paint them with emotional colors from our own inner landscape, creating an idealized image that often bears little resemblance to their authentic self. Emotionally intelligent women learn to navigate this treacherous psychological territory with awareness and skill. The most perilous projection Jung described is the animus projection, when a woman unconsciously transfers all her undeveloped masculine qualities onto her partner. This explains why some brilliant, accomplished women suddenly diminish themselves around men they're attracted to, or why fiercely independent women find themselves waiting helplessly for a man to complete their sense of wholeness. Breaking free from projection. Notice intensity. If your feelings have a desperate, "he's my destiny" quality, that's often projection at work. Watch for excuse-making. Rationalizing concerning behavior reveals the gap between reality and your projected ideal. Practice curious self-inquiry. What qualities I admire in him might actually be undeveloped aspects of myself. Rule number 3. Embrace your shadow for relationship transformation. Every meaningful relationship eventually becomes a mirror, reflecting our hidden selves, the aspects we'd prefer to deny, the raw edges we've spent years trying to smooth over. Carl Jung called this our psychological shadow, the repository of all traits, impulses, and vulnerabilities we've disowned or rejected. In love, these shadows don't vanish. They emerge with startling clarity, often through our most intense emotional reactions. When someone triggers an overwhelming response in us, whether explosive anger, crushing insecurity, or consuming jealousy, we're not merely reacting to them. We're confronting unexamined fragments of our own psyche. Smart women understand this emotional alchemy. They recognize that relationship conflicts aren't just obstacles to overcome, but sacred opportunities for profound self-discovery and integration. Shadow work in practice. Keep an emotional trigger journal. Notice what behaviors consistently upset you. Ask, what does this reaction reveal about my unhealed wounds? Explore therapy for deeper pattern exploration. Practice mindfulness between stimulus and response. Rule number 4. Choose partners who inspire your evolution. In love's transformative alchemy, comfort can become the most dangerous illusion. Carl Jung understood that relationships serve a higher purpose than mere companionship. They're crucibles for personal transformation, mirrors revealing our hidden potentials and unexamined limitations. The healthiest partnerships aren't those providing perfect security and zero challenge, but those inspiring us to evolve beyond who we were when we first connected. Emotionally mature women intuitively grasp this profound truth. Green flags in evolutionary partners. They celebrate your successes without making them about themselves. They engage in conflict with respect rather than avoidance. They create space for both individuals to grow and change. They challenge you with love, not criticism. They model healthy boundaries and emotional availability. Red flags to avoid. Insisting they complete rather than complement you. Discouraging separate friendships or personal interests. Reacting defensively rather than curiously to your needs. Promising security at the expense of authenticity. Rule number 5. Love as your sacred path to wholeness. The most profound relationships transcend two people simply finding each other. They're about each person rediscovering themselves through the reflection of loving recognition. Carl Jung envisioned love as a sacred alchemical process where two individuals don't complete each other, but help each other become more fully themselves. This revolutionary perspective overturns romantic conventions entirely. The goal isn't merging into one entity, but remaining distinctly yourself while growing alongside another conscious being. Modern romance often glorifies emotional dependency as proof of devotion, the notion that true love means being unable to imagine life without the other person. But Jung would recognize this as spiritual immaturity, confusing anxious attachment for genuine love. Healthy love looks like saying I choose you rather than I need you, maintaining personal friendships, interests, and inner life, viewing conflicts as opportunities for mutual understanding, feeling secure in your own wholeness while sharing intimacy, supporting each other's individual growth and dreams. As we conclude this exploration of Carl Jung's relationship wisdom, let's revisit these 5 transformative principles that psychologically aware women apply in love. 1. Preserve your sacred identity while loving deeply. 2. Recognize projections to see your partner clearly. 3. Embrace your shadow as a gateway to growth. 4. Choose partners who inspire your evolution. 5. Love as a path to wholeness, not dependency. These principles create a roadmap for relationships that don't just feel good temporarily, but help you become your most authentic, empowered self. Which of these rules resonated most deeply with your own relationship experiences? Share your insights in the comments below. Your wisdom might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear on their journey. And if this psychological approach to love transformed your perspective, smash that like button and share this video with someone who's ready to love more consciously. Remember, as Jung wisely taught us, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. Everything else flows from that foundation of self-awareness and wholeness. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into conscious loving. Until next time, keep exploring the fascinating landscape of your inner world, and never forget, the smartest love is the kind that helps you flourish while never asking you to diminish.